Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming. So I wanted to share my thoughts on the Radeon VII, and I've seen a lot of reviews over the last week or so. I wanted to take my time and see all the videos and all the reviews and benchmarks before coming up to a conclusion. So initially there were issues with the driver and the drivers were crashing because they had a press release. And then once the drivers were updated, things were better, no crashes, and people were able to test it. So I'm using TechSpot's review here, Hardware Unbox Steve. And what he came up with in his video and his article here is the Radeon VII is about 7% slower than the 2080, which is fine. It is not too bad in my opinion. Now, in order to compete with this, they had to make it better than the 2080. And in most cases, the 2080 is better. There are one or two exceptions where the Radeon VII beats it, like Battlefield 5 or perhaps Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Strange Brigade. But overall, it is the Nvidia card that is better. Now, if this was a bit cheaper, let's say even $50 cheaper, then it could make a case for itself. Now, RTX 2080s are starting at 700 and all the way up to 800 plus for the different board partners. The Radeon VII currently is not even available in many places. I sold out initially. So my main issue is, what is AMD's plan with this card? Are they trying to just fill in the gap until Navi comes out, or are they serious about this? Because if this was just a marketing stunt just to tell the world that they were the first ones to get to 7 nanometer, because if this was cheaper, let's say about $100, $150 cheaper, then you could say this was a rival to the 2070, in which case it beats it quite easily. But it's not. It's charging 2080 money for slightly less than 2080 performance. So gamers really only care about performance, and if it's not faster, then it's very difficult to make a case for it. Now I'm sure over the coming months the drivers will mature and we should see an improvement like we did with the Vegas. Also, the Vega cards have dropped in prices and now they are compelling options. With this one, I feel due to the limited stock, I don't think we'll find this anytime soon. And yeah, my main question is this a short-term thing to fill in the gap? Are they serious about this? Because if it's just there until Navi comes out and they replace it with Navi, then that's fine. I guess it's all right, no worries there. But if they are planning on keeping this as the top end, then they really need to consider dropping the price or something, because at this point, it's not going to sell very well, apart from the hardcore enthusiasts, but others will probably go with the Nvidia card, sadly. So overall, I'm not too disappointed with this. It is very close in terms of performance. Generally, a little bit behind. Resident Evil, okay, is very well optimized, so it's exactly the same. Arma 3, okay, nobody cares about Arma 3, at least I don't. Hitman, for example, if you see, is very close. Power consumption is high, but it's the same as, see, all these cards are similar. So 1080 Ti, but 2080 is much better in terms of power consumption. Of course, we should probably see some people undervolting it and overclocking it, and we might see some better performance. But overall, yeah, it's not terrible, but it's also not great. And with AMD, it seems with their graphics cards, the problem is often the first impression, which rarely is any good. So if you see here, he says it's 4% slower at 1440p. He did later update another video with more games and he came to 7% afterwards, but initially it was 4. So yeah, I would say it's not bad. It might get better, but overall at this point it's an okay, it's there, it's a decent rival, there is competition, but it's not enough, I guess. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. And do you think they will be replacing this with the Navi cards, or are the Navi cards going to stop below this and only cover the mid-range? Because I think that's what's going to happen. The Navis will be sort of 580 level, maybe 2060 area, maybe 2070 maybe. So I don't know how many there are, because we've heard rumors of 4 Navi cards. But if this is going to be their top end, then of course the Navi cards, even the top end Navi, wouldn't come anywhere near this in terms of performance. If they are planning to replace this, then maybe you might get a Navi card that's just as fast. Who knows? So yeah, we'll wait and see. And I think the Navis should be here by the end of the year if everything goes to plan. in the meantime, yeah, I guess it's a decent try, but just not good enough on this occasion. So anyway, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.